Hey guys, what's up? I want to show you all the website. So you're going to go to coinspringer.com and like yourself, right? Let me show you. Let me show all ya. Brrrr. So you see this? See this here? Search coinspringer.com. You see this website? Then click past papers and you can go through the past papers work solutions. Those who watching this like a year in the future, you'll see way more work solutions up. Real nice things in here, look good. And then you click maths. Well, maths is what we're going to do today. You have an answer key for 12 years. We're not interested in that. Although you could use this to verify your stuff. We interested in what we interested in, right? This, the CSEC Mathematics Multiple Choice Bank. Click on that. Click on this. Have one like you're just plucking it. Numbers 12 to 26. All right, I'll check it out. So I'm gonna make a note on that. Check. Also, I'm gonna make a note on my board and make sure it's working good. So everybody make sure you can find the website. Go and find it right now and then come back. Make sure you can find our website so you can accelerate your studying in these multiple choice. We have a whole bunch of multiple choice sessions coming. So make sure you have that in lock, right? What this man says to check? Check out, screenshot for that, yes. And we're going to push out 100 questions today. We're now getting warmed up. Maybe in the next session tomorrow at 9 o'clock, we try and push out a 200 or so. Everybody press like, share up with all the groups here. And if you're in the student hub, share it in the student hub groups. Don't forget to share it in the student hub groups. Help you out for POA, nice. Boom. So we're going to jump in. And those who catch falling it are just falling, right? So yeah, they good things. Good things this is. Trust and believe. Ask anybody who do any multiple choice so far. The econ people. No, econ didn't come here. That coming tomorrow. Heaven, POA. Trust and believe. These multiple choice here. It's the banks. A frequency distribution, blah, 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 blah. With frequencies 28, 40, 12, 34, 18 in the number of children whose mass less than 40. Less than 40 will be less than or equal to 40 will be the 40 plus the 28, which will be 68. Right now, if you click the wrong thing, they will help you out. Let me see. I wonder if I could go back and click the wrong thing. Nah. If they click the wrong thing, they will help you out, right? But there's some of the first two classes, they'll tell you why. If you see any issues with this, feel free to reach out. You could send a message on the Discord channel. I'll show you the Discord channel just now for those who don't know. I have 40,000 people also on that Discord server, so see if you can get inside. From the top, it's free. From the top of the vertical pole, this question usually deals with tan. What are we trying to find? The XY. All right, so it have the wrong. It's from our earlier question. So they're saying they want the base distance, which is XY, right? But they're saying BC. But they switch it up some questions. So most likely going to deal with this angle here, 55, and they're going to deal with the opposite, the tan of that angle here, the 55. The tan of the 55 is equal to the opposite, which is the base XY or BC or whatever they tell you it is, over 12. Remember, tan is opposite over adjacent. So if this is the angle, this is the ops, and this is the adjacent here. If you do a little swiggle wiggle, you will see that XY must be equal to tan of 55. So just want to change that to the right now, BC, whatever. So this is 12 tan 55. Everybody understand? Cool. Can you send me the link to the Discord, please? Crystal, you could always get the Discord link for those watching in the future. You could always get it by going on at the Student Hub. As a matter of fact, you don't even need to go on Instagram, but you can get an at the _ Student Hub in the link there, or you can click the same Kerwin Springer channel. Let me show you. Kerwin Springer. and then you go, where you go? You scroll down. You scroll down, and you just click join free. And this will let you join the student hub Discord. 38,000 people, 1,321 online. I tell you, it's nice. It's nice inside there. That's where all the past papers come from, but it's noisy, so I don't know how to use Discord to get the best out of it. Next, how many questions we do so far? Just 2. We stick in. Now we do our next one. Another frequency distribution, the upper limit of the modal class. So one class saying 15, one saying 35, one saying 24, one saying 40, one saying 18. So the modal class is this one. The upper limit is not 40.5, it's actually just 40. The limit is just the displayed numbers. So which one? Where's the modal class? Oh, shucks, they're not the modal class. Okay, I was watching the wrong thing. Why my screen fall off? I now reach back in Trinidad, and a couple hours ago I was in Panama. So this is the modal class. This one have 40 in it. So this happened to me once before, and I forget how I'd solve it. When the screen was jumping out. Anybody else here that live and remember what I do? We just quarrel the screen enough and it stopped. Dave's not very big dog, but we're trying to get some work here. Give me a chance now. So yeah, this is the modal class. So the answer is 60. The answer is 60, right? The upper limit is this number. Cooking. Watch out, right? The modal class would mean the one with the highest frequency. If you understand, type I understand in the chat. Let me go. Simplify, so they give us the sneaking a little algebra and we let me handle that scene. 1 over 5x plus 2 over 3x. X is common, so that'll go there. 5 3s are 15. So we're looking for just a 15x. 5x into 15x is 3. So this is times 3. 3x into that is 5. So you're going to end up with 2 times 5 is 10 plus 3, 13. So which answer has 13 over 15x? 13 over 15x is this one. Hey, I've seen people from physics sweat. Seen my physics people here. If it blurry, it blurry for anybody else or just heaven? Anybody seen it clean? Are they supposed to be seeing it clean, man? You know where's that one? Get a little zoom up there. A little too zoom for the people then. It's blurry, it's real small. We gotta get this right, you know. We have real plenty of this to do. I wonder if it's my internet, but let me make sure it's not connecting to my neighbor internet here. This is my internet. Supposed to be showing good. All right, much better. Better now. All right. The annual interest rate on a mortgage on a house assessed at 450 is 5 cents on every $1. What is the interest paid on the mortgage for the first year? 5 cents on every $1. How much dollars you have here? 5 cents on every $1 means what? Or we could do a few things. 5 cents is 0.05, right? I can just multiply that by this. 5 by 45 is how much? Are you seeing? Yeah, all of these things are available on the website, and these are solid questions. So this is 5 cents on every dollar, and we have $450. Not 450, $450,000. Yeah, you get space to work it out. So if you have 5 cents on every dollar, people talk to me. What you have to do? You just need to hit them 5 by that and see what's going on. Well, I show 5 had to multiply by 45 anyway, and I see all kind of different answers there. So let me just multiply 5 by 45 and see what happens. 2. So again, 225. So any answer that 225 in it, I will pick that one. Let me just make sure. Let me take a little survey. Everybody seeing? Rate out of 10 how good you see in the screen. Alright, they're seeing. Alright, most people seeing. Just 1 or 2 can't see. So I mean 2. 2 out of 10, 8 out of 10, 9 out of, somebody say 10 out of 10. I mean, at least the recording will live. The matrix A maps the position that until that the values. So if we're doing that, we need to do my little multipliers. What it's saying is 2AB negative 2 maps 2, 5 onto negative 1, 2. Tell me if you all understand this. So how are we going to figure out what A and B is? Well, 2 times 2 is 4, plus A times 5 is 5A, must be equal to negative 1. Somebody on a 32-inch monitor. 2 times 2 is 4, 4 plus 5A. I'll we come back tomorrow, right? Tomorrow our real sessions tomorrow. But in math session, a little late tomorrow. You can make 9 o'clock tomorrow. So this is negative 5 is 5A. A will be negative 5 over 5. It's negative 1. So we know we're picking one of these answers here. Either C or D. Glasses crew, let's see in this. What are you going to do? Make this one a little more bigger like this. And hit them out one more zoom. One more zoom, boy. Bashing. Why it turn black without one more zoom? Who tell them to do that? Or they prefer this? Anyhow, so the answer is negative. Well, we need to see whether it's 6 or negative 6. So we have, I could make a little comment here, but I'm not trying to get cancelled. 2B plus, I've seen people saying things in the chat trying to tempt me to get cancelled here, is equal to 2. Although I uncancelable. I say uncancelable, and the computer put me in place one time. I said this track me from the screen. Alright, so it's equal to 2. So I think I'm going to end up in negative 12 here. 2B is negative 12. I know the screen come off. Negative 12 divided by 2. So B is negative 6. Well, I get negative 6. I don't know about earlier. I get in negative 6. Wrong. I didn't get negative 6. Let me go and check it over. I don't know how to solve this right now. I think last time I actually had to turn the computer on and off. Just turn off all these background things. I don't know how much background things are running here. Let me just kill off some of them. Computer finally breathing. Yeah, I make a mistake here somewhere. When I bring across this negative, it's supposed to do what? Let's see. B by 2 plus negative. Yeah, so when I bring across this, is supposed to turn positive. So this is supposed to turn positive. So positive. So the answer is C. Alright. All the stranger things that's happened this season. This season doing all kind of weird things right now. I just holding a strain right now. Combining CSEC efforts. A parking lot charges $1 per. They like these types of questions in the exam, so make sure you know how to do this. $1. Oh, there's the special combo. This one new. They are new one, people. Press like on the stream. $1 plus 25 cents for every hour or part thereof in which the car is parked. I'm not too sure I understand the phrasing of this. I don't know if it's $1 per hour plus 25 cents or so the phrasing little sus. Phrasing little sus. What y'all think? But this is one of the new questions that has been popping. New type of questions in CXE. So is there a way I think of testing the variable and then the fixed? So I think it's $1, comma, plus, so the phrasing could be better. Phrasing could be better, So it's $1 plus 25 cents every hour. So see, the fixed charge is $1 and the variable charge is 25 cents and the hour. Chat, we're going at a nice speed for everybody, not too fast, not too slow. Decent speed, everybody cooking. the set is a function which point when added would make the set not a function. But let's go examine what's happening here, boy. We have, let me show you what's going on here. Right? Remember the rules. -2, 4, 10. And we have 7, 6, 4. So -2 went to 7. We don't need to figure out the rule of this. It could just be a nonsensical function. Like it have no given rule that we could come up with. What would make something not a function is if what splits. What is not allowed to split in a function? The input is not allowed to split. That means you're going one to many. One to many is not functions. Input can't split. So you see if I add in this point C here, all of a sudden -2 will also go to 8. All of the others are adding in new points. You all understand this? This coming in the exam. This coming. My predictions has been like 99.99999. This come. Please know this, right? So the answer is this. It's going to add on our next. We're going to add on our next output for this, which is no, not allowed in functions. Using the same distribution, frequencies, blah, 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 the upper boundary of the median class. Who's the median class here, boy? I can't believe them have me working this out in a good exam here. Ay. I feel the median class is this, so the upper boundary is 40.5. Who with me? The median class here, let me double check. Here's how I can double check. 28 and 40 is 68. So these two classes add up to 68. How much stored in these two classes here? 18 and 12 is 30 and 34 is 64. So you mean to tell me to have 64 items coming this way and 68 items coming this way, which means the median somewhere in the edge of this class. Hoping now you know what I'm talking about, right? If you know what I'm talking about, type IKT in the chat. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, type IDKT for I don't know that. Because I went through this real plenty times when you was doing paper 2, but I don't know how many of you all brand new, all you're coming in to try and make a hit and hope here for the paper 1. So what we're doing is like we're counting how many items here coming down. And remember, median is this thing where you have the items line up and it's slash. Well, 2 in the middle here, so you add up and divide by 2. Yeah. So I'm pretending that I'm seeing 18 items this way. 28 items this way. If I cross out 18, I'll still have 10 remaining here. 10 and 40 is 50. This doesn't even have 50 in it. So what my idea is these 3 classes here doesn't outweigh the first 2 classes. So by the time I cross out 64, I still have some more in class 2 to cross out. So the median class interval is in this 31 and 40. So you can take that and hold on to that for now. That's called statistics. This thing really wanted to see me full screen right through, and I must sleep. Here's most lack of sleep, stressed stage here. 40.5 is the answer. So 40.5. This is the median, and you want the I feel I know what happening. Something triggering option on my screen that turning this thing off. Click off of it. Next, one of my reaches 100 that this I was planning to do today, and I'm tired already. Somebody say you look good, sir. Don't worry. It's blurry. Is the internet tripping? It's raining in Trinidad. It's raining in certain parts of Trinidad. It's slightly rainy here, but sometimes when it's rainy, the internet is moved kind of sus. What is the answer for this one? What's the answer for this one, people? Why is I look through window here and see what's going on? I'm going to raise up the antenna on this box and see if it works better. That question is about sets. Nice sets already. Alright, so, well, X, let me read this for you because I know somebody else skip read this. The set of numbers where X belongs to the member of integers. Integers are positive and negative whole numbers. That are -2 is less than or equal to X is less than or equal to 4. So it means include -2 and include 4, D. If they put just this without the -2, well, don't include the -2, don't include the 4 if they don't have the equal to sign. Everybody cooking? You all have them first 10 questions locked. We have we have to do this 9 more times. Them first 10 questions lock in your memory, right? I had to figure out a way when I do the next 100 questions to get reset. Didn't think about that, did you? Did you think about that, Kerwin? In Teacher May's class of 30 students, 16 own a dog D. Good. 12 own a cat. Nah, because look at this one. I don't know this one wrong already. If 12 own a cat, what are 2 doing there? 2 and 12 is 14. Yeah, not making sense. And the rest own neither. Each student own at most one of the 2. So you can it's a disjoint set. By saying this, you know what they just make it? A disjoint. It's how people don't know the answer. Yeah, I think you all could do. You all could use the ID. And while you're doing it, you all could go and do it for yourself. You know, have a way to search for the ID. You can look for it. Have a way to search for the question using the question ID. Bang, this is the question. Disjoint. 16 own cat, 16 own dog, 12 own cat, 2 own outside. None of them own 2 at a time. This. Why is it blurry? Why are people saying it blurry? What is going on? Let me check it on my phone. Why I bring up the next question? A next set question for you. All the students who have a cat also have a dog. So this is the variation of the question. How will this one look when they bring the question in this method? How will it look? That means it's a subset. Now, it's them Wi-Fi. It's not blurry. It's good for some people. It's good for some people. So that's this. All of the cats inside the dog. So 12 and 4 is 16. Wait, hold up. Why that 14 doing outside there? Oh, yeah. Because you had a minus it from 16 and 14 is 30. Brilliance. Another D again. You all catch the 2 variations of that, or you have it lock and memorize? We teaching all here to get total in the multiple choice. If you're looking for a total in the multiple choice, say yeah. if you would like a total in the multiple choice, say yeah. If you need a total in the multiple choice, say yeah in caps. For the top of the lighthouse, boom. So this is the same thing, but we're trying to find ZY now. Let me scrutinize this question. Most likely is tan, right? Most of these questions is tan. It could be other things, like if the hypotenuse is given, but it's usually not. So most of these questions from the bank will always be tan. Like 30 degrees earlier, already looking like 60. So this here will be 60 degrees. And we need 10 but this here will also be 30 degrees. So I think I will use this 30, and I think they're trying to find ZY. So I'll call this the ups and this the adjacent. So I'll say tan of 30 is equal to the ups over 10. And the ups is what you're trying to find. So the ups is 10 tan 30. If you understand, say I understand. So let me see 10 tan 30. Yeah? 10 tan 30, what you're trying to find? ZY. Boom, bang. 10 tan 30. So it's a real different diagrams like this. Going through 500 questions and loading it up onto this thing is why my face looking like this. And plus I'm doing it for other subjects too. Everything you see on this website, every last thing is me. So it takes a lot. It takes a lot. Boom. A translation L to L prime. So yeah, they'll either have this image or they'll use the line L. Show how you get the 60 again. What 60 you talking about, boy? Show how you get the 60. Well, this is a 90 degrees, boy, big dog, boy. This is a 90 degrees. This is 30, that'll be 60. And if there is 60, that'll be 30 because this is also 90 degrees. That's why I get it 30. Yeah, so I think the diagram in this could do it a little. Specifications. My board just run off again. Hello, how are you today? How was your Sunday lunch? What country are you from? Shout out your country in the chat day. What is something good your country known for? And something not so good your country is known for? Yeah, I could tweak this. I could also tweak this up a little bit. We have Guyana in the chat. We have Future on the track. What is going on here? This is one of the most popular questions. 2 and 1 and everybody. How much time will they do this? Will they probably do this question for the mock exams in some form or fashion? 2 1. I from Trinidad. Somebody say oil and politics, Guyana. Cuba, Trinidad. Cuba, Tobago, doubles and my mommy still cooking Sunday lunch. Grenada in the chat, Jamaica in the chat, Dominica in the chat, Soca and Calypso, St. Vincent in the chat. Oi! We move in. Everybody understanding everything, right? What is the answer to this question? We want the volume. So volume is equal to the surface area multiplied by the height is drawn throughout. Or you could say pi r squared h for a cylinder. Pi r squared h, land of the bouillon. Barbados. We have Barbados in the chat, Antigua in the chat. By Trinidad known for selling the pastry. I should only say positive. So the man them say you are part of the big tree. What is the big tree? There ain't no big tree, there's just big me. Oh yes, put some respect on the name. Do you see my subscriber count, please? Come on. I have been teaching parents. Some of your parents probably benefited from some of the things I did 15 years ago. 3 pi r squared. So pi r squared h. Did I say 2 pi r squared just now? Yeah, boy. Blame it on the sleepiness. So this is pi. 3 squared is 9. H is 8. 9 8 is 72. 72. So edit farming. Edit farming is where I say something so iconic, people edit it and as edit farming it. They had to teach me these things. You know? There you go. One Cohen Battles. One Springzilla. Alright, let's get back to the work. So you all understand this question, right? We just found the area multiplied by the height, pi r squared h. Look at here. When you're doing the questions, please take note of why the answer is what it is. 7 times the product of two numbers, x and y, may be written as 7xy. Come on. You gotta do better than that. Product means multiply. Multiply 7 times the product of xy. Cook. A compound shape consists of a triangle of height 4. Don't know what that slash is about. Centimeters resting on a square. I want my thing to be perfect then. So we take off that slash. The pain is gone. If this is a square and this is 4 and the triangle area is 14. We had to cook here. While you watch this dish are going and turn up here. Stay focused, or you might miss it if you ain't lucky. Stay focused now. I can see all the learning in my way. It's gonna be alright. Alright. Alright, so area is base by height divided by 2. But lo and behold, we know the height. The height is 4. And lo and behold, we know the area. The area is 14. So 2 into 4 is what? 2 times the base. So therefore, that means the base has to be 7. 2 times 7 is 14. So we just figured out the base. Like bosses. 7 squared is 49. What is the area of the compound shape? So now that we know this is 7 and 7, and you notice there's no number before 7 said here, right? So 7 and 7 is 49. And 49 and 14 is like 50 and 14 minus 1. So 3. Looking for some kind of 63. Cook. Fly me to the moon. Let me hang upon a star. Oh, you know how much I fighting to remove these slashes, boy? I'd remove them and I do some stupidness and I add back all them slashes and buy them dollars and centimeters and thing. I had to go back and take it back out. 8 centimeters, the height H. Did they give us the area? 65. 8 and 18, 65. All right. So I am about to cook again. I am about to cook again. Pay attention now. Come on, let the people see the cooking now, man. See if I could cook it before me. Here is half the sum of the parallel sides by the height. I'm sorry if this is the first time you ever seen this channel and you're wondering, oh my gosh, this is the teacher everybody talking about. He seems a little uncouth. Are you sure? Are you guys sure? Trust. Generations of experiences before. Trust the process. So this is 65 is equal to 8 and 18 is 26 divided by 2 is 13 times some h's. So h had to be 5. What I wanted? H is 5. H is 5. Just like that. So what you needed to know here was the formula for the area of a trapezium. And then you could cook. That's how you get your cooking license with trapezium, my friend. Stop splitting it up into triangles and rectangles and all kind of thing. Grow up. In triangle OAB, the only problem is that this is triangle OLM. I'm skipping this one. I know it have a good important thing in this question, but I'll skip it. And let me see if I can figure out what they mix up with me here, boy. OAB. You see what they was trying to say? They was trying to say that this is O, this is A, this is B. And midpoints and NA. Nah, I can't figure it out. So all the vectors questions, they mix up the diagrams. Say less. The coordinates of the maximum point of the function. So me and the bio teacher was going through some of the bio. We went through the econ. I went through the IT. We went through 300 of the maths thoroughly. Me and one of the maths teachers. The coordinates of the maximum point of the function y is equal to 4x minus x squared. What's the coordinates of the maximum point? Well, I'm TV trash now. I don't know what this means. And just clean up some space here. Yeah, all kind of thing fighting me right now. You see. What do we get the coordinates of? How do we get the coordinates of the maximum point? You all remember the h and the k stuff? The h and the k stuff. This ax plus. I know maths was a while ago, but bring it back. Tap back in, and that h and thing. You all remember there's a formula for that h? Straight. H is like B and 2A. So I can just hijack that formula for this one. That is why I feel I could also differentiate, but I don't know how to do that. Add math students so they could free up. They could free up and differentiate. But I would just H and B and 2A. Now carefully, I had to get the negative of this when we're done. But what is B? It's in the form minus x squared plus 4x plus 0. I just paint it like this so you can see clearly what is A ax squared plus bx plus c. Y'all understand how I rearrange it and thing, right? All the newbies are keeping up with the speedsters. So this is like 4, see, b over 2a, 4 over negative 2. So this is negative 2, but careful. The point is actually negative h comma k. And negative h would mean that this has to be positive 2. So the answer is just straight a. I don't even need to do anything else. After I find x is 2, and I substitute the 2 back into the equation, I will get y is 4. But I didn't even need to substitute the 2 back in the equation. So they thought this was a hard question, right? Easy things. Somebody say easy things. Somebody say, yeah, we just finished 20 questions. We have 80 more to go. How much more of this I could keep up, boy? I hope I didn't see too much vector questions having that mix-up thing, because I will crash out. John has X marbles, and Max has twice as many as John. Hey, it's like 4 ways this question can freeze in the exam. How many of you all have done only 4? Somebody always giving marble, taking marble, doubling marbles, and some kind of thing, but some kind of foolishness always going on here. Max gives John 5 of his marbles. 2x minus 5. Max has twice as many as John. And right. So wait. How many marbles does John have? So John have x plus 5. You understand how silly this question could come? You see how some people are getting it wrong and saying x minus 5 and thing. That's why they keep on bringing this question 4,000 times, because people ain't stopping and reading the question properly. Or they're coming up with your C's and your A's. Notice how I get all correct. And notice how I go and get all correct for the 100. If I get one wrong, it ain't gonna look good. But let me let's have faith. What is the gradient of the straight line? Well, we just had to divide by 2. I don't know if I've seen it, but I don't know if you've seen it. You divide everything by 2 to get in the form mx plus y equal mx plus c now. You want no numbers in front of the y. Well, actually, the number in front of the y could be 1. It could be 1. I say I want no numbers in front of the y. I want the coefficient of y to be 1. That's how I should have said that, to sound like a real maths teacher. So divide this by 2, and then I'll divide this by 2 as well. And that's it. Negative 3 divided by 2. And you start to share out sandwiches to the team there, man. And you know when you're in a week and sandwiches start to share? Sandwiches, boy. Boom, sandwiches. So oh God, boy, thing, boy. You see these struggles I'm going through here just to get this thing to work. It's like guidance. I go in and report to Streamlab, and I just pay for this software. I pay for my software in a StreamYard. I paying for my thing, and it's not working. So that's the gradient there. So lines OA, A. Hey, look, this one at the right mapping, people. Praise be to Almighty God, creator of heaven and earth. So CD, CB, boom. What is the scale factor of the enlargement? This look like a 2. I don't need to read nothing. I just know. This side is 1 and this side is 2. Just give me a wait. Let's have a trick with this one. Well, you know the trick it have with this one. There's a trick with this one. Not this one particularly, but there's a trick in these types of questions where these sneaky little people is put this as the object and this one as the image. Don't fall for that. It might come down in your exam. But this one is clearly the object. You don't see no primes here. So it's 2. Are you wondering if I have ADHD? Probably undiagnosed. Watching from some of my kids. I didn't used to be able to like I still have lots of problem focusing on traditional teaching. Like sitting down in a class and hearing a traditional teacher teach is for me to sleep instantly. Instant sleeps. That is my only hope. Like somebody who just talk and mundane voice and thing in class. Woo! That used to be real hard for me, boy. Used to get in trouble all the time. 50 guests at a FET had 2 classes of Mobi each. How much time we do this question in April? Anybody from the April? January, February, March, April. Is April, right? Anybody from the April? So remember this question? How much was the number? Just tell me now. Was it a 150 or something? It was 15. It was 15. I knew you really even feel to do it now, boy. 50 times 2 times 150 is 15,000 ml, and then you convert it to liters. I do this question the most in April. A total of 540 beads are shared in the ratio 4:5. The largest share of beads is... So yeah, man, come in every day and do a couple multiple choice with the boys and them, with the boys and the girls from around the Caribbean. Let's come together as one to beat the greater enemy, CXC. The total of 540 beads, the largest share. Well, that's 9, right? 9 parts. How I get 9? I add the 4 and the 5. Come on, keep up. And then I find for one part. So one part is going to be 540 divided by 9. But I know 9 can go into 54 6 times. So that's just 60. So 60 is one part. So the largest share will have to be 5 6s are 30. Hit them at 300 there. And now you could cook. No, although I used to struggle to pay attention for certain things in class. I used to be killing it in school, you know. If you check my report card from primary school, it's first, 98%, 96, 98, 99, first, 1/4, and I remember that very begrudgingly. First. Our teachers teach my maths boy to let the teacher child come first and all she friends. Back in the days, if I'd see that teacher was on site, a man earns $8 an hour up to 40 hours with overtime at twice the regular rate. Whoa, what a read again. A man earns $8. Oh, that means per hour up to 40 hours. Overtime is 16. If he was paid $480, how many overtime? How much is 8 fours, people? 8 fours is 30. 8 times 4 is 32. So 8 times 40 is 320. 320, where that number from? Oh, it's 420. So yeah, 480 minus 320 is 60, 160. 160, and it's $16 overtime. Are you catching my junk maths here? Are you catching my scribble maths here? Keep up now. Remember, I'm doing kind of multiple choice maths here, but if I was doing paper 2 maths, I'd be like, this is called the basic wage. Basic wage is equal to the basic rate times the work week. That's how you get your basic wage. Overtime wage is total wage minus the basic wage, and that's how you get your overtime wage. To get the number of hours overtime, if you work $16 per hour and you get $160, that means you work 10 hours overtime. The answer is A. Come on, keep up with the rest of the class. Catch up to Candice and Lonely Reaper and Jet Ski and Ruben. All your way is 9,600 now. I don't know what happened there. See to that now, yeah? See to that. The product of 2 now. The product of the number 2 and 2 over 3. And its reciprocal may be written as, oh geez boy, -1 or so. Oh no, they want you to actually write it. Sus. Something looking sus here. I don't like how that looking. We gotta fix that. We want no such things to confuse the people, to confuse the kids. Every time I copy something, this thing short circuited. Is it I running out of space on this computer? My RAM closing off? What else I can close off? What else can I give you now? What else do you want from me? Let's quit the terminal. I have my terminal open. Let you quit you too. Alright. So, and the mandatory reciprocal has to be 2 times 3 over 2. You don't need to waste no time on that. 2 over 3, the reciprocal is flip it around. Reciprocal just mean inverted, like flippy dips. Give them the flips. A man's regular pay is $3 per hour. You see how they love to bring pay and overtime and thing. Overtime is twice the payment for regular time. If he was paid $216, how many hours of overtime did he work? Something about these overtime questions is always had to read it twice, but like the thing doesn't want to come off the paper in the first read. Come off the paper in the first read. A man's regular $3 per hour. Overtime is 6. If you was paid $216, it's the same thing, bro. Just different numbers. So 3 times 40, 3 4s are 12. This man a real walk over time, boy. So $6. And then what? We're gonna say 216 minus. Y'all watching this? Y'all seen that this man getting paid $3 per hour? On our currencies there, boy. 3 times 40. I hear like a storm blowing outside. Yes. Anybody else living in Central if you see these strong winds? If you see these strong winds passing here, I'll hold on to your roof. Yeah, 216, so 6. What are you saying? 6, 21, 9, 96. 96. So you're trying to see how much time 6 could go into 96 now. What it is? 16 times? 1 remain 16 times. So the answer is B. 16. Once I was driving through the state of, this is the question with the wrong thing, right? So we skipped all the vectors. We had to come back to vectors. I had to fix all my vectors questions. I was driving through the state of, why is you all get the answer for this? Let me see if I can remember the name of the state. Where's the state above Colorado? Name? Colorado, Wyoming. This one over here, Nebraska. I was driving through, I drive here through there, up Nebraska going so. And I see a whirlwind. My youngest son, my middle son was in the car with me. And he was like, watch, so it's a tornado or some kind of thing you're saying. It's like, bro, let's get out of here. He wanted to stay and watch it. I was like, no, I floor it. And so I see how many, using the Venn diagram for tennis, T, and chess, how many students play both games? Paul and Rema, like 3 marks. If you're getting that wrong, they're looking good. The diagram below shows a triangular prism. They put 1 star measurements on this prism, but I'm sure what the surface area of the triangular prism. So we need to find one set of things. The triangle will be base by height divided by 2. So 4 times 6 divided by 2. Just for 4 times 6 because it's 2 triangles. Come on, keep up. So that's for 2 triangles. 4 times 6 is 24. Yes, 24. I thought I mess up the S. And then it have these rectangles, these side panel rectangles, them. That one is 10 times 5 and the next one is 10 times 5 too. So I could just put 10 times 10. Well, 50 and 50. Because I don't multiply this by 2. I have a 50 cm squared here. Are you keeping up with me? Are you keeping up? And then I have the base. Somebody say I have children. Yes, bro, I have 3 kids. Some people here. I have 3 kids. I have 3 sons. 60 cm squared. So my grandfather had 3 sons. My father had 3 sons. And I have 3 sons. So 60, 50, and 24. 7 and 6 is 13. 134. Or is it 124? I feel it's 124. I must make a mistake somewhere. Let me guess. It's 184. What did I do? Alright, let's go double check. So we have 4 times 6 is 24. It was YOLO, you know. Good. That is it 2. And then 5 times 10 is 50. 50 and 50. Oh, I forget 100. Could I tell me I forget the 50? Could I tell me I forget the 50 here is really 100? I didn't get that one wrong. I didn't get that one wrong. That one is another. I missed out a 50, boy. The 184. Yeah. So look, they will tell you. Okay, they'll tell you. Yeah, well, them had to know the timing. The 3 of them had to get them 3 sons too. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. No pressure, Chavi or Zion or Zio, if you're watching this in the future. No pressure, no pressure. When twice a certain number is subtracted from 7 and the result is multiplied by 3 and the answer is 33, what is the original number? The less sleep you have, the harder this question becomes. When twice a certain number is subtracted from 7 and the result is multiplied by 3, the answer is 33. What is the original number? I'm trying to get 11 inside here. Who will give me 11, boy? Who feeling 11-ish? -2 feeling 11-ish. -2 by -2 is 4. 4 and 7 is 11. It's you. It's B. I'll you catch how I do that a little fast? I'll you catch his speed? I'll you catch it there? When 2 times a certain number, 2x, is subtracted from 7, and this final is multiplied by 3, this result, I get 33. So I was like, I'm not going to work out that. I'm going to just check out the answers and substitute. What is that process called? For those of you all who was here for the April sweat, what do I call that? When you take the answer and like you send it in. That's called CETA. CETA. Trademark Kerwin Springer. Substitute in the answer. So there's a lot of questions in maths where you can try the answer to see if it's correct. The strange things about multiple choice. This I repeat, how many students play tennis but not chess? Tennis but not chess. 1, 2, 3, 4. Again 4. By Ali, Alex, Kayla, and Tom. 4. Cooking. CETA, substituting the answer. So that's what I call when you're taking answers and checking it out into the question to see if it works out. Guys, we are 1/3 of the way and we are now 51 minutes. Does that mean I have to spend 3 hours here? No way. I go and speed this up. No way. If the simple, I am talking too much. If the simple interest at 900, time is simple interest times principal times time. Time is not that. Simple interest times 100 divided by principal by rate. So 108, I do this a million times, times 100 divided by the other two fellas. 4 times 900. Cross, 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 cross. A message from the dark side. 4 could go into this. 2 times remainder 27. 9 into that 3. 3. The range, well, I need to substitute all this into x cubed, and this -2 will go to -8. This is a trick question because it's cubing this time, so it gets back negative. Do you remember that trick? April crew. Speed it up, sir, and lock in. Very nice. Thank you for the encouragement. Lloyd the Golden Master. Where's Lloyd the Bronze Master? And Lloyd the Silver Master. 5p, blah, 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 blah. The values of p and q. Well, 5 times p is the same as 4 times 10. So that's 40. 5 times some number is 40. That's 8. P is 8. And that solves everything right there. Come on. You didn't even need to draw for the pen. You just draw for the brain. You catch it? So 5p is equal to 4 by 10. 4 by 10 is 40. 5p is that. Look at here. Look at here. Sandwiches sharing out in this week, but you reach down to coffee now. Just now the cards going and come out. A frequency distribution, and it's a week because we mourning the death of this maths paper at the hands of Kerwin Springer. The number of children who have a mass of at least 41 kilogram. I feel like at least means more. So I feel like I do this in reverse just now. 12 plus 38 plus 20. There's the reversal. You call this the reversal. Those who are here, you know what I'm talking about. Next time, reach early. So just now, make sure I add this properly. Last time, I didn't look too good. I leave out a whole 50 just now. So this is 70. 12, 38, 20, 70. You all catch it? You can feel free to ask questions. Oh yes. What techniques do you all have for staying fresh during these exams? Well, I mean, kind of stale for that. But what did you learn about yourself in this? Please, there may be somebody in the future generation watching this and watching through the live comments, and Tell them, what did you learn about yourself as you passed through last week and the week before? Was there something you learned about yourself in exam prep? A company employs 20 persons as gardeners. The mean daily wage all the employees is this, of gardeners and clerks. If each gardener is 12, of the 12 is paid 26, and the daily amount paid to the 8 clerks. These kind of questions is the worst in a multiple choice. How many multiplying numbers? This is a maths exam. What you feel I want to do? Maths? 8 clerks, 8 times something must be equal to the average is 22, 40, and 20 persons. Gosh, 22, 40 times 20. This is what I need to solve. So this times this plus this time this must be equal. Remember, when you take the average and you multiply by the number, you get the total. I'm going to read them comments just now. They're looking interesting. So I'll just put 8. Okay, just now I know what to do. Switch the decimal point, so put 8 and multiply. So 448. That's what happened when you multiply. In case you don't know, you're not allowed to use your calculator for this. I'm using my mind. 12 times 26. Oh, gosh. Ah, boy. I have to work on this. Yeah, but I had to work it out. I don't know how much is 12 times 26. Why me? 12 times 26. What is this? So this is 26 plus 52. This is 2, 1, 3, 1, 12. I should have known that, man. 3, 1, 2. I need to subtract now. This question doing too much, boy. I feeling like to just leave this question out. I don't need that 1 mark. Sorry, parents. Sorry. If any parents listening, no. That was a joke, parents. Come on. Laugh. 136. We doing everything, right, people? Leaving out that question in multiple choices. How to say this in a nice way, boy? Leaving out that question in a multiple choice is a low IQ move, right? Because I mean, you're not getting penalized if you're right, if you shade and you have a 25% chance. So people who say they leave out some, I feel like confused. What do you mean you leave out some? What do you mean you leave out some? $17 earlier. Anybody leave out anything in a multiple choice before? Better than that, eh? Put some respect on your name. Share them wrong answers with confidence, man. So let's go. Do ever leave out anything? A circle center O is divided. My speaker froze, but I still in the game. If you don't know, man, listen to this song on TikTok. Into a minor sector, blah, 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 blah. Then the area of the circle. Hold up. I need to know the area of the major sector. You all see the trap here? Describe the trap for the others who not seen the trap, boy. Describe the trap for the others who are oblivious to the trap. I know I say 100 in the title, but if I give them 60, that's not so. Is that this is what we are looking at. The 300 degrees here is what we are looking at. So wait, what I want? Any area of the. So this is how much of the circle? 300 out of 360. You understand what I'm saying? 300 out of 360 represents what fraction? If I break this down, like 5, 6. They basically tell me the area for 5, 6. Hold on. I kind of like how this one looking. I kind of like how D looking. Anyhow, so 5, 6 represents 315. Was it 315? 515. 5, 6 of the circle represent. I could use other things. I could use the formula for area of an arc, but I'm not doing that. I'm going to use this fraction. That feel better. So the whole is going to be equal to 515 multiplied by the reciprocal. Who know this trick? Or you could find for 1, then multiply back up. So 5 could go into this. 103 times 6. I know I was feeling that 618. I knew it. Felt it in my bones. 618. Yeah, they did that kind of fine for one business. Yeah. where they find each portion of the sector. Well, this remind me of some of the questions I see in CXC. Little AI-ish. This one little AI-ish, boy. I need to tell my AI not to be so strongly AI. That AI method. If in a polygon, angle P is that, and angle P and Q are supplementary, what is the size? Well, 180 minus X. I'm loving it. I need more questions like this. Only I'm calculating on that silliness. People, what the formula? Jen, in multiple choice, sometimes they had to choose the shortcut method. And multiple choice is kind of about finding the shortcut method. And just get the shortcut method there. You have to go back and take in that shortcut method. Save yourself some time. Trapezium, I do this already. They bring it in reverse. They give it this time. Watch how them reusing and recycling trapeziums now, boy. CXE. CXE. What's the area? Half the sum of the parallel sides by the height. Let's let the records show that 8 and 18 adds up to give me 26. That's the parallel sides. And if I find half of that, I get 13. So 13 times 5 is 65. Come on. Or I can write out the whole formula and I can work it out. Half the sum of the parallel sides by the height. I can plug it in for those watching in the past. So we never going to hit 600 this stream then. That's what you're saying. So we just can't cross 600. I'll press like and share it in all the groups now. Let me see. Let me achieve my goal of passing 600 on May the 24th. A trapezium has parallel sides, blah, blah, blah. The height of the trapezium. Yeah, I hope all you realizing the love they have for trapeziums in this exam called CXC. So what they're saying is x squared is equal to half the sum of the parallel sides. So half of 2 plus x minus 4 multiplied by height. It's not looking too good in general. What is this? What do I want? Height expression. So if this is half, bring across the half, you get 2x squared. I hope you know how to move things. This is x minus 2 by h. Ask questions. I'll catch what coming happen there. Everybody see it? See pro moves. The area of a trapezium is half the sum of the parallel sides by the heightos. This is 2. This is x minus 4. That's the parallel sides. Sum means add. Half of that by the height. But if I say half, I can bring it across and decide it into 2. 2x squared is equal to x, and we want h. So it's just one last move for me to deal with the h matters right now. Just bring down that x minus 2 over here. Sandwiches. Sandwiches. What kind of sandwich you want? Cheese paste? Peanut butter jelly? Well, I don't think peanut butter and jelly is sharing weak. But the arrow diagram describes the relation. We do this one a few times in April. X is more than, wait, I need the screen. I need to just see it. It have a distractor question here. There's a solid distractor question here. We don't need to see the instructions. We just need this. And if my body realize I'm not standing and not sitting today, I just tired, bro. What are you revolting for? I'm tired. I just tired. Well, which channel you think it is? X is more than Y? Okay. X is, which one is the best, right? X is more than Y. If X was more than Y, then 8 would need to go to 3 as well. So A can work. It's not complete now. X is a multiple of Y? Yes. Yes, it is. X is a multiple of Y, not a factor, bro. It's the other way around. Y is the factor of, remember, multiple means bigger. X is like, well, same size or bigger, right? 8 is 2 times 4 is a multiple of, let me down there. Actually, let me take that back. You guys can never let me, what they say, Y is a multiple of X? Yeah, this wrong. This wrong. Need to zoom out of this. Let me just go into white mode here, put this down. Down to Cairo. The student have AI, let me down here. Okay, let me down by Cairo boy. X is a multiple of Y. Keep up by big dog boy. I go back into it. Yeah, Ali, everybody understand why X is a multiple of Y here? First one I see with an error in it. Any questions on it? I'm gonna take it in for sure. X is a multiple of Y. Yeah, come on. Next question. Ladies and gentlemen, we're nearing halfway. Standard notation. That look like you, so 2.08 10 to the negative 2. It wasn't negative, it was positive. Oh yeah, I understand up where I'm losing focus. Yeah, it is C. This one is correct. No, well, I press that just to show you all what will happen if you press the wrong thing. Press it just to show you all that it will show you. No, not quite. Remember, if it do to the left, it's positive now. So, yeah. I hope you all see you learn from my teaching style there. So, trapezium again. H was 5. 8, 18, 65. Yeah, H was 5. Repeat. Somebody say repeat. H was 5. It's not supposed to have much repeats in this. I diligently combing through this to remove repeats. So H is 5. I will leave ones that kind of written slightly different. They'll probably see this one was slightly different. So it's mostly unique questions. The distance around a circular pond 88. The radius in meters is... Okay. So distance, or it's called circumference, right? That's what it's called. Circumference is 2 pi r. So r would be equal to circumference over 2 pi. So all I need to say is 88 divided by 2 pi. Boom. Cooking. A square has the same area as a rectangle. 9/16 are 144. So it's 12 by 12. 12 by 12. Yeah, catching a length here, We're coming up to this half mark. 4.3, half mark taking us a little over an hour. Let's see if we could finish by... we aiming for a 4 o'clock finish. Let's see if we can make that. 43. What they do with the decimal point? They just pushing back 1. So it could be 15. They just push it back 1 only. This is the move the decimal point game they're playing here. This is the move the decimal point thing. You all know it have like 4 questions sitting down waiting for you like this in the bank, right? Make sure you know all of them. This again, how many students play exactly 1 game? This is just another way of asking you the same thing. 4. Right? It's 4 here, boy. 4 here on the outside there. Ali, Kayla, Alex, Tom. See how I'm speeding up? The area, if this is the most repeated question in the history of CXC. Let me introduce you all. This is a question that was created in 1988 when I was to commemorate my birth. This was a question that was created in the 80s. And my father do this question. I do this question. You see my 3 sons, them going and do this question, and them children's children will do this question. This is a question that we just passed on from generation to generation. And you know what? Most of CXC still getting the question wrong. Let's stop getting the question wrong. So this is 40. The length is multiplied by 4. So think of it as 40, another 40 here, another 40 here, another 40 here, and then you half it. So all of them is now 20s now. So think about it. What is the area? 20 and 20 and 20 and 20. 40 and 40 is 80 is the area. Understood? If you understand, say I understand, and let's go forward. We starting to reach into nice things now. I find out the easing more for the consumer arithmetic. Now my screen starting to give trouble. I have no idea what this is about. I'm gonna switch my settings. I'm switching my settings, right? Let's see if this helps. 5 star, 5 star 2. Nothing you bring in algebra could ever be hard. Algebra is just sandwiches. X minus x squared. Right, okay? Sandwiches. Let's do the first one first. 5 star 2, right? So this means 5 cubed minus 2 cubed. So this means the square root. 5 cubed is 125 minus 2 cubed is 8, right? So how much is giving me here, right? I don't like this. I don't like this a bit. Any bit. 5 times 5 times 5 is 125. 2 cubed is 8. I'm sure them want me do this. CXL, you're certain about this, right? Don't make me go down no lonely road here. All right. How much is this? 8, 3, 17, 117. And you add a square you just know. All right, add a square you, bro. Hang on. Hold on to your hats. This might get good. This might get good. So this means this is 5 star square root of 117. So this is the square root of 5 star again. 125 minus the square root of 117 to be squared. Hold on. This was squared, not cubed. Squared. So this is 121. They should have leave it, man. They should have leave it to not a square number because they was going to square it back again. Question would that be so unique? See what I was saying? You see what I was going for just now? The 121. They should have leave it like what I had. So the answer is 4. The square root of 4 is 2. Answer is 2 actually. Understood, class? I'm by myself in this one. I have to do this one by myself. Or let me do it over. Are we good? Let me just talk it over. So 5 star 2. We do the 5 star 2 first. We put it in 5 cubed minus 2 squared. At cube here, squared. So this is 4. 5 cubed is 125 minus 4 is 121. The square root of that is 11. I didn't like how the square root of this was something you could find. Should I make it something I can't find? But it's 11. But I leave it as the square root of 121 instead of putting 11. Because I had to square it back. So that means 11 squared, I get back 121. So there's a line missing here where you'll see the square root of 125 minus 121. And this is 4. And then the square root of 4 is 2. There's a nice question. Try it for yourself. It's nice. Learn off the answer too. How many students play cricket or football? Or football, so the cricket and football. So I just need to work out tennis and basketball and I could cook the question. Just need to work out tennis and basketball and I cook it. So 30% means 30 out of 100 multiplied by, let's just use the 360 for now. How about that? So cross 3 times 36 is, I don't know, 360 is 18, 9, 108 degrees. So far we have 108. Hold on. So far we have 108. I'm trying to write anything and I can't. We have 108 degrees plus the 36 degrees. So 108 plus 36 is some kind of something. Some kind of something. 6 and 8 is 4. Right. 14. 144. I'll show that one, mine. So 144 degrees. That's how much you represent tennis and basketball so far. So I could work that out at the 720 and minus, so I could just subtract this from 360 and then work that out at the 720. Maybe I could do the subtract from 360 first. So I'll say like 360 minus the 144. Chat all you okay? This is how your paper will look it. After a man done the multiple choice, your paper must be looking like this. That's mean you're a real cook. This mean you cook. When you see a multiple choice paper looking like this, you was cooking, you was in that pot wholly. So cross 5, 10, 6, 1. Yeah. 216. So 216 degrees is cricket and football. So I'll put 216 over 360 and multiply by 720 over 1. This goes into this 2 times. I'll better have a 432 waiting for me somewhere here now. So 216 by 720, well, by 2 really, is 432 degrees. Pay attention, everybody, pay attention. We cross the half mark, and A is this, then everything outside of A would be 3, 4, 6, 5, 2, 1. 1, 2, 5. B. This is what A complement means, everything outside of this set. When you see that little slash, it means everything outside of the set. So, next up, this triangle doesn't look like one of these. Let the record show that this triangle does not look like a board going and stand up, right? Since again, also now it doesn't look like one of the tan. Could be, but it doesn't look like it at first glance. It doesn't look like one of the tans at all. What does it look like? We need to find the value of QR. Well, they lie. It should probably be the value of PR. So BC. They want the value of BC. But I need to make note of this because they made all of them A, B, C, and LM and anything. But pressure in the camp with these triangles. They want to find this. Right? So let me show you what I mean. This is 30. This is what they're trying to find. This is 40. I already see that sine go come down real good there. That is the opposite of hypotenuse for me. So the sine of 30 is the ups over the hypotenuse, which is 40. So 40 sine 30. This is the answer. Class, are we cooking? So are we seeing that SOHCAHTOA is crucial for like about 2 or 3 questions in your paper? SOHCAHTOA. If you don't know it, you're just losing marks. Yes? Okay, yeah, skip one day. A rectangle JK. What? Yeah, XYZ. Sometimes they say XYZ JKM. The sequence of transformations from this to this to this. One is a reflection in the y-axis. Okay, it's messed up. I think the diagram itself is messed up. Because one is a reflection in the y-axis. So I had to leave out this one. I'm going to put a note on this. So, there's 2 ways to report if you see any question that the diagram is messed up or anything. You could send me a message direct to this number. It will take a little while, because this number has something like 30,000 contacts on it. So you send a WhatsApp to this number, and we go through this number periodically. So if you see anything looking a little sus, any questions, you can feel free to WhatsApp that. Or you can go to the Student Hub Discord, which you can get right here on the website. You just go on the homepage, scroll down, and get the Discord, and there's a channel marked website where people send me anything like wish list and thing, that what they want for the website, like which multiple choice they want me to do next and that kind of thing. At the end of any year, car is worth 5% less. If a car was worth this in December, then it's valued in January. So this is before. Will be 10,000, 5% less. So this is before. January of the month, right? December of the month compared to January. Cooking. Will you please tell me I reach 60? And you 60 yet, boy? The straight line cuts the y-axis at 0, negative 2. 0, negative 2. The y coordinate is in this spot, right? Strong repeats, all of these things is repeat. Given that 1 millimeter is 1 over 1,000 meters, what is 2.5 meters. I want to get rid of these slashes. I just tell her they should get rid of these slashes, bro. We speeding up. Althea normally saves X dollars each month, but in June she saved $4 more than twice her usual amount. Take your time with this. In June, she saved $4 more than twice her usual amount. 2x plus 4, or 4 plus 2x. Too fast, I'm starting to speed up too fast, or they are trying to finish before 4 o'clock. That's why I'm going at this speed. I say not everything I'm doing, and not writing paper 2 statements. Is that bothering you that I'm not putting the proper statements? This is how you would be doing it in the exam. This is the sets law, so let me just load them up one time. You're going to use this law once in the exam, or twice, if luck may have it. So if you don't know this, you actually could lose a mark, unless you really understand Venn diagrams and able to do a Venn diagram method. And if you really understand Venn diagrams, you probably have this memorized already. 14 plus 15 minus 23. Hang on, have a universal set. And a distractor. So 14 plus 15 is 29 minus 23 is 6. 6, the answer is C. Cooking. So you have to learn that sets formula. The number of A intersect B is equal to the number of A plus the number of B minus the number of A union. That's a union there, right? Union B. Or the number of A union B is equal to, and you swap these two. Interchangeable. How much time I say that for the season, boy? That's an infinite set. It's an infinite numbers divisible by 6. Boy, that's standing up and you're still doing this, boy. Next. 1 millimeter. We do this already. 2.5. Love when you see a repeat coming and you're practicing, it'll be like, come again. Come again for my exam. So if I let it go, let's take a little head count. How many past papers have you done? How many past papers have you done? Paper 1. Triangle ABC angle. Alright, so it's 180 minus 3x, the missing angles. This is normally be the last question in the paper, right? It's the last question in the paper plenty times. Might be the last question in your paper too. You add up the missing two angles, the known angles, and subtract it from 180 to find the missing angle. Seems like the average is 5 here. Some people saying 50, that means like 25 years of papers. I would have, if it was me, I would have done about 52. This is clearly a reflection. See how they map up against each other like that? This is another popular repeated idea here. 16% of the students play both Scrabble and checkers. The number of students who play checkers only is twice the number of students who play Scrabble. What percentage of the students play checkers but not Scrabble? So we need to kind of do it like this. In a class, people either play Scrabble or checkers. Scrabble or checkers. 16% of the students play both Scrabble or checkers. So we put in percentage. So 16%. The number of students who play checkers who play checkers only is twice the number of students who play Scrabble only. So the total is 100%. You can't get bigger than 100%. If you minus the 16, you will get 84%. Out of the 84%, which has to go in these two spots, the checkers is twice as big. So here's what you'll have to do. You'll have to see that checkers is 2 parts, Scrabble's 1. That means we need to find what's going on with 3 parts. 3 parts is 84. So 1 part is 84 divided by 3. 3 could go into that 2 times 28. Yeah? I feel like I zone out some people there. I kind of zone out my own self. The total is 100%. 16% plus this plus that must add up to 100. So if I know this is 16% and I subtract it, I get 84. These 2 parts in blue must add up to 84%. 1 is twice as big. 2 parts compared to that 1. So I divide by 3. So this is 28 here. And this one here will be 28 times 3, which is like 56. 56. Class, do you understand? So the answer is not 28. 2 parts. 56. A ship sailed 8 kilometers due east. West east spelled this way. North south. So it's 6 kilometers east. 8 kilometers. Did the answer right here? Just now, let me see what foolishness I do. The ship due east. Look, they have 6 here, they do 8 in the beginning. Oh yeah. They have 6 here, 8 in the beginning. YOLO. I say you only live once and I proceed to destroy my marks here. So 8, what's your numbers here? So disappointing. Shame, shame, shame. Which of the following functions is undefined? So if I put -2 in which denominator, which one will give me 0? -2 here will not give me 0. Nor here. Yes, here. No, not here. -2 plus 2 is 0. So D is the answer. Once the denominator is 0, undefined. Class, all you're going for energy, all you want to take a little stretch? So they could lock back in. I don't know if I am projecting it because it's my energy. Actually, is the problem. 100 questions, Ari. It's good practice. So you see, during the questions, I see like 2 errors out of the 100. I think I see 1 error, but one question was incorrect, but like 3 or 4 errors in terms of the vectors, the diagrams. So this is real good practice for you, real good practice. I don't think you'll find anywhere else on the internet with practice like this. One of I don't know if he was a past student, any student, but was from one of the generations gone by. Created something called Caribbean's AI. I think he's the closest to what it have on this here. But his own has a price. But he's a cool fella. Who knows? Who knows what the future might bring? He might end up in the student hub. Who knows? So this is 2x minus 3x is minus x. I love algebra. Who love algebra, boy? Algebra is the greatest. Free promo. Yeah, one thing he do is he combed the internet for past papers, boy. Most of those past papers on the Discord channel, but very hard to scroll through all the Discord channel and find past papers that people share way back in 2019 and 2020 when we come up with that. So, but now on my website I have a lot of past papers, so it's pretty good. And everything on my website is free. And which are the following polygons is the sum of the interior angles twice the sum of the exterior angles. Sum of the interior twice the sum of the. Right, let's go through. Triangle. They're supposed to say regular polygons, not just polygons. Hey, I'll lock back in. The volume working, right? Check, check, check. Check, check, check. Check. And I see my volume thing. All right, I seen it now. So 60. This is 120. Hey, this go work. The triangle go work by 60, 60. Some of that will be, you know, you want triangle one time, say less. What? The sum of the interior angles. Oh, it's the other way around. That's 3 questions I legitimately get wrong. And how I get all these questions that I legitimately get wrong? By not reading it properly. The sum of the interior angles. So I was like, the interior angles, the exterior angles, twice the sum of that. And I was like, yeah, let's go. But they wanted it the other way around, bro. You know why this happened? This happened because when we was in the 20s, I was like, watch me get 100 out of 100 correct. Oh, yes, father. So a hexagon is reverse. The hexagon, this is your 120 and this one is your 60. So you'll have 60 all the way around and 120 here. So the sum. If you need to go and work out the sum, you can see it right there on this side. Anybody was seeing that and got the hexagon? I read it wrong. Sorry, class. That's on me. So let's go again. In standard notation, this written, put this 2 here, so you'll get negative. Negative. Let's keep going. I'm going to do a theta here. Everybody looking, I think I'm going to do a theta. So I'll put in a negative 4. Negative 4, yeah, sounds good. Negative 4 coming, theta means substituting the answer and try it out. So if I put negative 4 divided by 2, I get negative 2. 3 minus 2 is 1. Cooking. Cooking! N A is equal to 14, NB. Alright, so another sets formula. So Nita boy. That way you're supposed to be singing in the exam room. A union B is the number in A plus the number in B minus the number in A intersect B. So like when I was your age, it had no coffee or anything for me to drink. If I'm feeling a little sleepy, I stand up, I walk around, or sometimes you take a bath, take a fresh bath, and your body is be like, okay, let me go again. Let's jump back into this. So I'm getting 29 minus 6. Wait, now, did the question from back in the days? The back in the days question. This is the question I have that has come 100 times. This is a high repeat. Oh, how I love to see algebra on a fresh afternoon. 3 star 6 is equal to 12. 2 star 5 is equal to 9. And A star B. Oh, this is pure theta here. I have to use theta for this. No other way. So 2 by, I'm not doing this one now. I'm looking to cut. I do it. A minus B. 3 minus 6 is negative now. 2 by 3. 6 minus 6 now. 6A, 6. You all see how I'm checking it out mentally, right? 6 by 3 is 18 minus 6. That one working. Let's try the 2 now. 2 6s are 12. 12 minus didn't work. Why didn't work for this? Alright, I'll try the other. Well, D is the answer. C only work for this one. D working for both of them. 2 by 3 is 6 plus 6. Should I start from the bottom, come up or no? Should I start from the bottom, come up? So there was the ones that I leave, or they putting it wrong hand. In which this real good practice earlier. I try to make things, all the products, all the services that we have in the student hub, everything that we do is like, I'm thinking like if I was your age, what would be the one thing that would really help me in exam right now, in my exam prep? This, I would have done these 416 questions long time. How many of you all do out all the questions there? In which of the following pair of sets is, I know somebody saw the vectors issue already with the vectors questions. Which of the following pairs of set is one set, not a subset of the other? And if we do this already, or something similar, lock in everybody, we're nearly there, 24 questions to go. It's not one of these set, not a subset. Screen stay up long enough for the people them to see the thing, man. Factors of 8 is not a subset of factors. Factors of this one, factors of 6, 12, whole numbers rational, multiples of 5. So A is the answer. Or you real we call the English. P is the image. They're still doing this. They're reading the letters wrong way. But this wasn't showing it. It looked like a pass. It made a pass recently and shift all my letters. Reflection in the y-axis anyhow looks like this. What else? A reflection in the y-axis. Yeah, so this one is an issue. Let me just recap that so everybody will see. That's actually a uni paper. Watch this, everybody. Reflection in the y-axis looks like this. There's a triangle here. It reflects across and you get this. Reflection in the x-axis will do this. Next, this is a reflection in the x-axis. Salesman sells a car. What is the next multiple choice you all have? I've seen some people say in English. For those of you all who want to know where to find the app, just go to coinspringer.com and like yourself. A salesman sells a car for 11,000. He earns commission of 4.5% on the first 10,000. 4.5% of 10,000 is $450. 450 plus 7.5% of 1,000. So 450 plus 7.5% of 1,000 is 75. 525. B. And I clicked the wrong thing by accident. So what should I did mentally here, people? Lock in. A salesman. We're coming down to the end, and I've seen some people falling off the train. Salesman sells 11,000. 4.5% on the first 10,000. So I just worked out 4.5% of 10,000 mentally, which would mean I just need to move the decimal point 2 places. So that's how I got the 450. And then I work out 7.5% of 1,000, which will be 75, right? Everybody just get the answer for this one. So check out what's going on outside. Here we are. I'm back. Did the screen cut off? It's good? Yeah, so we good? What's the answer for this? The coordinates of the turning point is 2, 4, right? At the top, typically top, 2, 4. D. You don't need to work it out or anything. You can just watch it. Which are you? Illustrates a function. So a function can split at the input. D. D works. The area of a triangle. Height. What is the length of the base? So far we get nice easy stuff again, but we'll be back in the easies. Area is 60. Height is 10. This is the length of the base. So guys, and any of the corrections, you all will see an update happen around 9 or 10 p.m. tonight on the website. I'll be updating some of the Unit 2 bios and the maths. I'll be doing the hard work of trying to fix you all the diagrams. The area is 60. So remember, it's base by height divided by 2. So 60 is equal to base by height divided by 2. But the base is what we're trying to figure out, but we know the height is 10. So this is 2 by 5. 2 into 10, sorry, is 5. 5 by some number is 60. 5 by 12 is 60 now, so. Chat, are we there? Getting closer and closer, 18 questions to go. What is the gradient? Well, I just need to rearrange. So I need to put y is equal to negative 2x plus 8. Now, I'm not really concerned about the 8 when I bring it across. I'm more concerned about the number in front of the x, because that's the mx plus c. So m is negative 2. But don't put negative 2. They want the line perpendicular. So if it's perpendicular, you'll need to flip this. So negative 2 over 1 flipped. Remember, it's in negative reciprocal, so it will be half. So if this is m1, m2 is this. So just a half. Was it negative when you bring it across? Come across negative. There's a negative in front of the y. Double negatives, class. I made a mistake. Lock in, so watch this. 2x minus y minus 8 is equal to 0. So there was minus y minus 8. I did it mentally. Minus 2x. Bring across the 8, you had plus 8. And I switched the sign and everything. But I forgot. I forgot about that negative in front of the y. So if I bring across that negative, this is y is equal to 2x minus 8. So the gradient is 2. So this means the reciprocal, the negative reciprocal is negative a half. Very well done. Sneaky, sneaky. I'm kind of glad I'm not glad I make the mistake. I hate making mistakes, but I'm glad that it happened for you guys. So that you can see that this question has a negative in front of the y. Watch out for that negative. It's slippery. It slipped me working it out mentally. So we have this p cube thing again in a different format. Or you are XP. This thing is you want to get XP with this? Are they like them kind of thing, like when these things giving you XP and you can record your XP and your points going up and that kind of thing? It have it in some of the tools on the website, but I don't know if people really like that. Or if you just want straight questions, do your questions, walk away. You don't care about no XP or anything. P star, let me know. All you want the XP, man, say yes, you are XP. Yes, you are XP. I'll make sure it's in and more people saying yes. 5 star 2. P star Q is equal to square root of PQ minus Q squared. Don't worry, tomorrow when I come back, perfect score tomorrow. Perfect score. So this is going to be the square root of 5 cubed. This is the simpler version to the other question. This is the square root of 121, which is 11. But the other question have it nested now. I did do it twice. Yeah, that one more spicy. An arrow diagram maps the relation shown is all right. We gotta be careful now. Last time they spooked me with this boy. Oh no, last time they had a mistake. X is less than, and I told you no, x is what I tell her, x is a multiple of y. Right? So this is the question with the error in it. No, they have it the other way around now. Look, they put these small numbers here. All they stay woke. They put these small numbers on this side. Sneaky. Watch out for this question in the exam, people. You might change the direction of the arrows next. So they put these small numbers on this side. So 2 is actually a factor. X is a factor of y this side. So it might still have the error in reverse. But you all understand? So you don't just blindly put multiple or factor. You gotta watch what's going on. This time x is actually a factor. It's smaller. Oof, what a question. Alright, so they couldn't see the diagram, so the OCR no one went on there. So this one was good. Let me just take a note of this before these people go and change wrong my questions. How long it will take to do this entire thing, but how long do you think it will take to do the entire paper? The entire 500 question bank. If it take approximately 2 hours to do 100. 2 hours to do 100. Real questions, they were. Well, after a while, if you know the questions, you just watch. It's on site. It's on site. What his height was? I forget what this we got to be now. Somebody can help me here. This is the question in reverse. You see how they like to reuse the same diagram and do the question in reverse? 7, 7, 49. This is 7. And if I take 63 and minus the 49, getting 14. So this is actually 14. Hold on, I'm just making sure. So I want to get 28, so 7 times 4. So 7 times 4 is 28, and then I divide by 2 and I get 14. Base by height divided by 2. So this is the question in reverse. See, when you work out things in your mind like that, practice doing it. Practice doing it here. Like you see how when I'm doing it, a lot of the things I do are very instructive, you know, like these things I'm seeing whilst I'm doing the question. When you're doing your multiple choice practice working it out in your mind like this, just brainstorming it. When you're doing the question officially in the exam, write out your things properly because you don't want to make a mistake. But the reason why you're practicing to work it out in your mind, you're allowing, is like you're lifting heavier weights. You're going to the gym and you're lifting heavier weights. You're training your mind to think deeply into the problem without touching the paper. Good advice I'm giving you here. So like, if you can think what's happening with the h and base by height divided by 2 and work out this in your mind while holding the numbers in your mind. You know, some of you almost could do it real easy, but many people will have a hard time trying to work this out in their mind because they can't hold so many numbers in their mind. That means you're weak in the maths, literally. Yeah? You need to go to the gym and lift up some more numbers, my friend. The diagram below shows a circle center O with a major sector blah 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 and a minor sector so. The diameter of the circle. Sometimes you see a question and you're like, question, all right, you win, boy. Too tired to do this question. Take win now by question. Of course not. Never. Never surrender. Right, so the major sector is 115. The diameter, blah, blah, blah. What we can do, boy? How we can find the new? What are you trying to find? The diameter? Alright, so the major sector is theta over 360 pi r squared. So that's the area, right? So the area is 115.5 is equal to theta, which is 270 over 360. And everybody should know that's 3/4 the circle right there, right? So I can just switch this to 3/4. They tell me to use pi as 22 over 7. And I'm trying to figure out r squared. Hold on, I'm sure about this, boy. It's another better way. The diameter in the circle. Because I feel like you're supposed to come up with something by now. A better way, man. There must be a better way. Did I do this question in April? I remember complaining about that question real plenty. Like, I mean, I would do it, but I will complain and do it now. Why tell me? Because remember, you don't have a calculator. Why tell me just sector of area, blah blah blah. Yeah, I think I remember doing this question and complaining all the way. So 11, and I multiply this by 2. 15 by 2 is 30, so this is 31. So 231 is equal to, because I bring up the 2 now, to 33 over 7 times r squared. Take a breather. Enough of that. Now we're going back in. And do I want to multiply by 7? I'm not feeling that. Not particularly. I want to divide by 3. I should leave this as 3 times 11. 3 times 11. So if I divide off by the 3 now, if I bring across the 3, I will get 7. Bring across the 2. 77 is equal to 11 over 7. We go in places slowly but surely. R squared. So if I divide by 11, I get 7. 7 sevens. So bring it across, I'll get 77 divided by 11 times 7. I could see that R is 7, right? So R squared is 49, R is 7. G's and H's, but I know the answer they want. They wanted the diameter. The diameter is 14. This is the hardest question in the paper. Take note of it. Not hard, it's just long to do. With that 0.5 and bring up the 2 and all of that. I kind of real shortcut it here. I hope you're paying attention to some of the shortcuts. Well, I kind of halfway shortcut it here. You could get more shortcutty. Like I was seeing the 49 I paying a while ago. Somewhere here I was starting to see the 49 and the square root. If R squared is 49, R is 7. Very nice question. Learn off the answer. 14 for the diameter. And then make sure you can do it and you understand it, of course. 13 questions to go, folks. From the 2A table, the student is picked at random. I want the full table for this. Because I don't have the full table here. I know what table they're talking about too. I just probably didn't load. So guys, if you saw this question, there's a table that goes with it. So don't worry. The median of all of this middle. So cross, that is 4. Cross, that's 4. Are you seeing those two cursed numbers in the center there? So I'm not even going to say it. The answer is 6.5. Let me go away. How many students play both games, Paul and Rima? 2. I love to see this question, boy. They're repeating it often. Just another way of the same question. That question tired, they're overworking it. Which trigonometric ratio is 4 and 8? Well, that could be sine of x or cos of y. If it's the cos of y is adjacent to hypotenuse, sine of x is up. So sine of x or cos of y, let's go down. Sine of x or cos of y. Boom, we're taking that. Trig ratios come in 3 or 4 times in the paper. 3 or 4 times in the paper. Yeah, that's the shame question. Guys, we cooking. We're getting down to the end of this. Good thing I didn't say I'm doing 200 questions because Jano star. And I say I might do 200 tomorrow. We'll do our next 100. Another 100 tomorrow. That 3 sessions are maths. This was a 2-hour session. We have our next 2-hour session. I give them my next 2-hour session. When is maths? Sometime this week? When is maths? Next week, Tuesday or something? I don't know when it is. A company employs 20 persons as gardeners and clerks. Didn't we do this already? What we got? I forget what we get. We get B. Maths is this Thursday. Tomorrow is later. Tomorrow we're doing this maths. We're doing the maths late. Tomorrow we're coming in 9 p.m. Because in the afternoon we have other sessions that we're working with teachers for CAPE and things. Most of them other sessions is not relevant to you guys. We had get B for this. I tell you, I go in brave and they tell me we had get B for this. We had do it out, right? We get the 44, 12 times 26, 312, we minus, and then we divide by 8. We get 17. I can't remember it. I remember doing it, but I can't remember the numbers. Maybe they changed up the numbers slightly. We did this earlier for those who just popped in. Oh yeah, this is a popular question. They equal, they are alternate angles. Alternate angles, very nice. Guys, we just speeding up to this 100 equation with the axis of symmetry of the quadratic. What we got for this, for the B? Did we get 2? Because it's B. B over 2A is 8, right? And we need negative h. X is equal to negative h. So B over 2A is 4 over negative 2. Negative 2. Negative h will be back 2. So X is equal to 2. X is equal to 2. Somebody say maths is Wednesday. No better than everybody saying Tuesday. Are you talking about something else? Pilot left country A to country B. The time on his clock was 22:50. Yeah, man, we finishing in 2 hours. 2 hours for 100 questions. Or they could do the maths. How much it would take for you to clean up the whole bank. But remember, I have some things to fix in the bank, write some diagram stuff, and 3 questions that had the wrong answers. So, look out for our update tonight. But, I mean, you could still grind it still. It's pretty pure. Solid stuff. The distance between country A and B was 3,000. When is maths? Maths is Wednesday. I'll watch on the timetable. I don't take my word for it and say I say maths is watch your timetable. Watch your timetable. Assuming both countries are in the same time zone. What is the country? Wait, I don't work out speed and all kind of thing here, man. Channel Star. I've done this question a million times in April. What we want? We have time. What is time? Well, speed is distance over time. Interchangeable. I could swap this up and swap that down. Time is distance over speed, but I need to be in the same units. The distance was 3,000 kilometers. The speed, yeah, hours, good. 625. Somebody want to tell me how much time 625 is going to this 3,000? How much time is that 625 going to 3,000? I could divide by 25. 25 will go into this 25 times. That is square root of 25, right? I think so. And then how much time 25 will go into this? 30 times 4. 120. 120. It's not an even number, man. There's a shortcut when divided by 25. 25 goes into 100. 4 times 4 by 30 is 120. So 120 over 25. 5 will go into this 5 times. 5 will go into this. We're trying to do 5 into this 24 times. Anybody getting this? So 5 is 4 and 4/5 of an hour. Why does this question have to be so yucky? But why can't it be like normal things? 4/5 of 60. 4/5 of 60 is 48. Now where that 8 come out from? 48 and 50 is 38. Switch over, so 338. I don't like this question one bit, boy. Are they pay special attention to this question? Now, remember, I have a strong knowledge of all the paper ones in the last, since like 1995. Every single paper one from 1995 till now. Would have been said, it would have been dealt with properly. So what you're seeing here is a nice mix as far as maths is concerned. Yeah, so pay special attention to this question, right? The breakdown. For those of y'all who hate to be breaking down random things in arithmetic like this, some people love this part of maths, but some people don't. I don't hate it, but it's not. This is make me feel like SEA, and I'm really trying to feel like SEA for the whole year now, boy. So anyhow, 12025. Yeah, I don't even feeling to double check this, bro. So you work it out, you get 4.8 hours, 4 hours and 48 minutes, and you add it on, and you get 27:38, which is the same as 3:38 on the next day. Let's go. That's a reflection, is it? Yes, it's a reflection. Watch out for if these numbers swap. If these numbers swap, is a rotation. So it's a reflection. A reflection in the x-axis if the x-axis was exactly in between. This is the weirdest cumulative frequency curve I've ever seen. Them ridiculous. So this cumulative frequency curve. Q1 5 come down as 2.6. I agree, 2.6 because it's 3. No, I don't really agree. A little higher maybe. Not bad, not super bad. Q3 7.6, fine. The interquartile range will be Q3 minus Q1. We don't need the diagram, that was just there for kicks and the ridiculous looking diagram. 7.6 minus 2.6 is how much? 5? Subtract and you go your way. Car presently depreciated at 10%. What will be the value of the car? 10% of that is 120. So I'm expecting an 800 something to happen here. Hold on. I'm expecting a 12,000. No, 1,200 to subtract from this. 10% of 12,000 is 1,200. You see what I'm doing it in my mind here? 120. So I'm expecting this. 10% of 1,200 is that. Remember, you don't have your calculator, so practice doing it in your mind and then practice writing it out. In the exam, you're going to write it out, but by practicing doing it in your mind now, you will get stronger in the arithmetic, especially the style of arithmetic that CXC is bringing. You can do theta here, just take theta and throw she in. -1, 2, -2, nah. Yeah, actually, yeah, I like that. I like -1 earlier. So 1, 3, 2 by -1. If I substitute the -1 on the left hand side, I will get 1 over 3 -2. They will multiply. To get a power positive, I just need to invert. So this is 3 squared. And it's 3 squared 9. It totally is. Totally. So we're going to put -1. Now, I did this question. I solved this question by using theta. Solving this question by using theta, you'll have to use laws of indices, which will be kind of tough for CSEC Maths student. And Maths student will find it easy. You'll have to put this as like 3 squared. Bring this up, see the -2x is equal to 3 squared and solve that way. 100. We're not asking no questions, we just paying answers. This one coming in the exams. One like this, either the arrow or the bunny ears. One of the top 4, arrows, bunny ears, cyclic quadrilateral, and semicircle. Angle in a semicircle is 90. One of those coming. Last question, folks. We did it. How many of you all were here from start to finish? It was relatively about 400 people here from start to finish, give or take. I think we peaked at very near 600, if not 600. What number when added to 1 and 1/3 gives 2? That's 2/3. Come on, free marks. 2 and 1 is 3. 3 and 3 over 3 is 1. So 1 and 1 is 2. Cooking. Big up. People go here from start till finish like Javid, Samuel, Malik, Ariana, Nathan, Gamer Boy, Nival. Wow, it's Sanjay, Matthew, Spoons, Kanisha, Priscilla, who was here from 20, Kiki, Lavelle, all about Kyla. That was Alias. Z, WTV, Azaria, Martin, Nikolai, Chris, Lilo, Anthony, Aspira, Tylerus. Big up any of these students who from Campion, Jamaica. Shout out yourself. I was in Jamaica yesterday. Day before that we was doing some day before that we was doing some physics with some students from there. Big up all the students from the student hub who are here. I hope that we gonna conquer these multiple choice. 60 out of 60 is what we're aiming for. We hoping to get someone on the merit list. You know, we have some really top students inside there. So just a quick look at the calendar of events. Watch this earlier. This is what I have so far confirmed there. This is what I have confirmed so far. I feel like something missing here. I'll zoom in just now, but I feel like something missing. something missing on that TD. But you can go and check it out on my page. So this was done. This just get completed. This is coming tomorrow. This is coming tomorrow. And this is coming tomorrow. So anybody here doing integrated science? Anybody ever integrated science? Big up St. Kitts and Nevis all the time. So integrated science tomorrow as well. We're going to hit them physics on Tuesday. And then add maths on Wednesday. IT on Wednesday as well. IT session. All of this happening on Wednesday? I don't figure out a way to run all of this. Plus our math session too. I'm not too sure. I might have to push back the maths. Maybe push back the maths about 9. And then add maths on Tuesday. HSB on Sunday. And some Cape Pure Maths Unit 1. So you can let them Cape people know sociology as well. Technical drawing coming in. So for the people that are asking where the chemistry, I gotta try. I gotta try and see if I can get a chem teacher from the student hub on board. Keep studying, people. Press like, go check out the website and go and grind some now. You know there's issues with the vector questions, but we can fix that later tonight. So look out for update. Love and blessings. Pull it down. It was nice having you guys here for this 2-hour session. Yeah, man. Appreciate you as well.